Hey, 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 welcome back. Welcome back to the Gemini channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Gemini. Know that, like I said, energy is fluid. Just interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Yeah, that drives me crazy. I have OCD, so any little thing that's off just kind of triggers me a little bit. All right. For those of you that are new to my channel, know that I am a healer, so I like to do shadow healing readings. I look at everything, but we take more time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and see how they play out as karmic themes, help you understand why your person's doing what they're doing, why you're attracting that person into your life, right? We have to see things from a spiritual perspective a lot of times in order to heal. Otherwise, we can stay stuck, ruminating, and that builds up a lot of negative energy over time when we keep ruminating over why a person does what they do. You know, we don't understand that. Why did they make us feel a certain way? There's healing. And since there's many different realities that play at one time, you can actually alchemize that negative energy that a person triggers within inside of you. Your emotions are the gateway to spiritual healing. Understanding why your person comes into your life and what their blocks are allows you to navigate the relationship a lot easier because you're not getting triggered. So you're not seeing things through the filter of your wound. And we all have wounds, all of us. And sometimes we can see those wounds manifest within the physical world. Financial problems is a sign that you have a wound. Relationship issues, OCD is a sign that you're imbalanced from a wound. I mean, everybody has imbalances. That's why we're here. We're here in physical form to learn and to manifest. So, being that there's many different realities that play at one time, changing your perception is huge. Obviously, when healing the effects of trauma, and you want to be able to do that to stop karmic looping. Who wants to stay in a situation that keeps them bound to feeling limited? Nobody. All right. Anything have any importance or relevance to the channel, you can find in the description box. Let's see what the underlining energy is. The underlining energy is maliciousness. So being connected to a person that you feel like they're deliberately doing things to just be mean. And I feel like they are, because there's a fine line between love and hate. And it's almost like when you've gotten hurt that many times, it's like you can't help who you love. Feeling a connection to someone that of unconditional love can't be broken. It's unconditional love. Man's made up of half dust, half deity. That deity part of self is the God part of self. That when we meet someone that's part of our soul family, it's that connection makes us feel like, oh, home. But the truth of the matter is, a lot of times, is that they're bringing up wounds. They're showing you things that you need to heal. People that come into your life. So there is like there is synchronicity. You do match the energy that comes into your life. Understand you are not that energy. A lot of times that energy is just fragmented. And when we go through traumatic experiences, the way that we perceive ourselves and certain situations is fragmented. And so, again, the karma is based on what is the end result, the action, but the action is based on that thought. And if the thought's fragmented, well, that means there's a lot of spiritual blockages, there's a lot of sabotaging behaviorisms. So I just feel like you've gotten to a point where you're like, this person like just deliberately goes out of their way to be mean. And it's because you've been in a power struggle for a really long time. And so, there's again a fine line between love and hate. And this person hasn't gotten what they wanted. So they're used to manipulating to get what they want. And now you're really seeing it. It's like where before I think that they used to do it a little bit where it was like gaslighting, like you weren't really sure. Now it's like in your face, is why I'm saying it's like, and they don't care. They want you to react. They want you to react. And so this person is that way because I feel like they decided to stay in a connection, or stay in there, so not get involved because of money. Like, it's greed is what runs this person. So the underlining energy is that they're mean, and it's because they're protecting their money. So it's affecting this connection. So when you met them, obviously, like, that's not, they didn't lure you in with that energy. But what you knew was they acted like they had a lot of people, you know. It was almost like this person like just never connected to anyone, so they had a lot of people, so you never really saw them invest in anybody. But what you knew is that they had a lot of different flames, per se, like a lot of different people in their life, but they were insignificant people. So they were almost like, well, I was playing the field, I didn't meet anyone, and so why am I gonna keep seeing people that I don't really feel a connection to? So that's how they came across to you. And I feel like that this person continued to do things like lie, not show up for you. And they just kept expecting you to forgive them without them really putting in the time or the effort. And the thing is that they wanted you to be faithful, but this person got tempted all the time by other people again. So the relationship, so they pretended not to be a player when you met them, but what you saw is that they were a player. They pretended that, well, I didn't really find anyone that I would want to like settle down with, that I had that connection to. So they, were playing on what you knew was that spiritual connection. But meanwhile, the person like held secrets the whole time. This someone that's secretive doesn't want to let you in on an emotional level. And I feel like you knew that something wasn't right, but for a long time, like, you didn't want to face it. I feel like because this person was saying one thing, but then they were doing another thing. And you really wanted to believe that this person was a good person. But the truth of the matter is that like, they have a connection to you, but hey, they want to play the field. They get tempted. Any little thing makes them have a wandering eye. So again, being with a person like that is going to make you feel insecure all the time. And so Spirit's saying, well, over time, what happened is it's like you saw and it wasn't special anymore. Like, it's like it became like the feelings started to come and go. They started to waver because this person's like flighty. They'll pretend that they really have feelings for you, but then they run off with someone else. So what you realized is that you didn't feel safe. And it's what creates like that intimacy issue, that trust issue obviously creates like problems in the bedroom. And that's what wound up happening. So understand that made this person then feel inadequate, but they wouldn't be able to feel inadequate if they didn't have that wound. This person goes with other people because they actually feel inadequate, and being with all those different people and having all those different people loving on them and giving them attention again is what is healing for them. But it's healing their ego again. So like, again, they get caught up in the romance and the emotional, but why not just being a fling? It's like they're in love with falling in love again, but at the surface of it, so everything's built on a lie. So you end up seeing that because you're like, well, that affected like our connection, that affected our passion. And so again, where this person thought that you would become consumed with them, which people either go one way or the other. They'll either go consumed and fight for the connection more, or they just say, I don't want to. This person didn't expect you to like just say, oh, like, this is too much. This is too much. Like they can have you. Whoever you're dating now, whoever you're running to now, they can have you. It's again because you don't want anyone. It's like this person, they were acting like, well, we can take our time in the connection, but meanwhile, the whole time they're running around. They were saying, oh, let's get to know each other. Let's like savor the connection. So again, they were lying, but it was just mainly to keep you kind of in fog, where this person unfortunately feels like, well, I don't want to feel obligated to have to like be in a relationship. It's like I don't want to have to do that. I want to do that, but this person doesn't want to do that. The truth of the matter is it's just that they're wild at heart. They don't they yes, there was a connection here, but what their natural energy is to be with a lot of different people. And that's fine if they're going to be honest, but they weren't honest. And so that's where your betrayal comes into place. So we have to say, well, you were imbalanced because you would have seen like right away that this person had a wandering eye. It's like because that's how they are. They sold you. They sold you what they wanted you, what they thought that you wanted to hear. It's like, but we have to look at your inner child wounds to see why did I attract that person into my life? What was the whole purpose of this? Because again, that's where the fragmentation is. It's like they represent a karmic theme and one of trauma, one where again you did feel overwhelmed, not feeling safe in a relationship, again because hey, you were abused, and that abuse could have been psychological, it could have been emotional, it could be physical, but understand it most likely was psychological and emotional because that's what this person is. It's again the gaslit. They want what they want, but they know what you want. They're not going to do that. They're going to lie. It's again, and that would have triggered all your trauma of again abandonment, of again a feeling abused, like hey, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, frustration, keeping you in a place of like I'm angry. Why is life so difficult? And so I understand it had to get you to a place of getting angry, to be honest with you, and then also then channeling the energy into something because understand no one can stay put in a place of being angry. So I feel like when you were a kid you grew up with this trauma and this abuse where it was overwhelming, and that's why you attracted this person into your life. I mean, we don't even need to look at any other energy, but we know obviously that neglect would be there, but it's those energies that you needed to integrate. So you should say, well, how do I integrate that? Because it's always when we're healing, it's not just a yes or no. It's it's where am I blocked? It's like if I'm attracting this person into my life that's a liar and just wants to be a player that, is going to tell me whatever and doesn't care. It's a one-sided connection. It's bringing up that abuse. It's bringing up that trauma. It's bringing up that feeling of neglect. It's overwhelming me because it's making me feel like I can't trust myself. So you have to transmute that negative energy, whether you're with that person or not. Because being able to see yourself differently is where the healing occurs. It's when you embody that new consciousness, because you can't go back in time, but you can learn from the situation. So you learned, okay, I tried this person because of my past traumas that I went through. So again, what am I doing with the energy? And Spirit says, no, first and foremost, that there's infinite possibilities. Like, again, like this person is just one tiny little thing. So you're not, it's again, you're not looking at life if you're so devastated. So Spirit says, fulfill your promise. What does that mean? Well, you're not here by mistake. You're here by the universe's design. So you have purpose. Why are you here? Your purpose is connected to your money and your abundance. So when you are contributing to humanity through giving and receiving of love, and you're in that energy, you are actually in the flow of the universe and the infinite possibilities open up for you, because then the universe makes a way where there is no way just for you, because you're the energy of God. You're the energy of love. By doing what you love, inevitably you transcend all time and space. And so, again, the universe will always conspire to bring you what you need. So, again, use your passion to fight for what you believe in, stand your ground. This is how you stand your ground. This person, like, listen, there was passion, obviously, because this person fought hard enough to try to make you perceive, hey, well, maybe I can get you to do what I want you to do. But, if you're in passion and you're fulfilled emotionally, you're like, I'm not going to give in to you. I can see you're not giving me anything. And that's the thing. So Spirit's saying it's now time to create yourself. Understand, this is just one small thing that will help you evolve back into your original energy of unconditional love by learning to love yourself more. If you gave more to this energy, the Spirit says, so you become what you love. Light the darkness, nurture the light within you, Spirit says, meaning your hobbies, your interests, your passions, your love, things that connect you to other people that are going to, again, help you lose yourself in the time. It's, again, that's how we keep hope alive. It's like that. Healing is an inside job. Understand, when you do that, the universe matches that energy. So you're like, well, I joined this stupid club. I didn't think it was going to do, but there was nothing else. And when I was there, I met this person and they told me about this. And then while we were on our way to this place, this happened and we got sidetracked and life happens. Spirit saying you're not having a love affair with yourself. It's, again, you need to grow that so that when someone comes into your life, you're not just going to give them everything, that they have to work for it, because you're having too good of a time. You like your life too much to let someone just come in, Spirit says. Is, again, and if you keep feeding yourself, then again, the universe makes way where there is no way just for you to create a new life. And so you're not moving you're living your bliss. You're just doing what you love and connecting. So again, that person has an option: either rise up or get out. Because if you're fulfilled within yourself, you're not going to give that person the time or the energy or care that much. And that's what this was. You saw that. You're like, you're a player. You're a player. And that's why once you place. And so Spirit says, see beyond your immediate fears to get more insight. So once you elevated your perception, and I think it's, again, seeing who you truly are. And that's, again, loving yourself. That's why you attracted that person into your life, like I said, because you needed to love yourself. So now that you have the deep wisdom, you're not going to create the same thing. You're going to create like a better life again. So Spirit says, so don't be afraid to take the bold action. It's that, yes, there is a time that you're going to require to stand on unshakable faith, meaning that, hey, you don't know how things are going to turn out, but you're going to utilize the energy the best way that you know how. You're going to become yourself the best way that you know how. The universe matches your energy. If you're putting that energy out there, you always are going to attract something that you could succeed within your imagination. That's why the universe does. It's, again, well, I didn't think that could happen, but that was really my dream. And Spirit says, because, again, that our logical, analytical mind, this person, again, would have kept you in that low vibration. It's like where, again, it was all about them taking, where Spirit says, no, pour into yourself and become yourself, is, again, where you're fulfilled. And then, the universe will bring you people. This person, if they want to come back into your life, like, they're going to work their way to come back into your life. But we don't see that. And Spirit says this was about learning the goodness, refine your character, and overcome the difficulties, and like just to reprogram the positive, and to remain positive. Like, a lot of times, if we were brought up in an environment that conditioned us to believe that we couldn't have. Part of everything is, again, to like change. And we start by changing ourselves. When we change ourselves, we automatically wind up changing the environment because certain things just don't fit. So when we show up for ourselves and we care about ourselves and we incorporate better habits and behaviorisms, again, then we show that we value ourselves. People then have to hold to a certain standard. So again, Spirit says this is about refining your character and overcoming difficulties by remaining positive. Calm your heart and illuminate your intellect to transform shadow into light. That's what they did. That's not they did it, but you did it by, again, avoiding this situation and going through this karmic test. I consciously manifest goodness in and around me. I improve my qualities for the benefit of all. And really, again, you did that. But Spirit says this was about you learning your worth. Learning, like, this not about this person. This person is wounded. It was to bring out those certain things that you needed to be integrated. Now that you did, your infinite possibilities for you. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Gemini, you let me know how you resonated, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.